Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Multiverse Nexus Wrestling Warzone. I am your host, General Manager Jerry Aldini, and with me, as always, is my partner in crime, Pete McPherson.
How's it going, everybody?
And of course, Michael Montoya is still out on sick leave. The medical staff has still not cleared him for announcing, but we wish him well, and we hope to have him back for next week because, ladies and gentlemen, today is the go-home show for Multivania. That's right, folks. Next week, it is the grandest show of them all. At the end of today's program, we will go over the whole card for Multivania next week. 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday. And with that, we have so much going on to get ready. We have a lot of exciting matches today, but we also have a huge question outstanding from last week. We can now confirm that the mega money and the big bank briefcase of Samjax has indeed been stolen. We do not know who. No one has stepped forward. We don't even quite know how they got it. Some kind of shenanigans occurred. But we had to figure out where we stand from a legal perspective. So we had to go to the legal department. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's go here now. We have an official statement from MNW Legal on the question of the mega money in the big bank briefcase.
All right, settle down, you knobs. In lot of recent pilfering of the mega money in the bad batch or big bank, rightfully won by Count Vampula at Multivania 5, I've been asked by the brass to peek at the original contract and its terms. Let me get rid of this damn mask. In accordance with the original formation of the item in MNW's inception, in the event the briefcase and contract become separated from the original winner, the 1-year term limit condition will be hereby suspended indefinitely until such time the item comes to the possession of the aforementioned winner. However, if the case and contract are found or stolen by another competitor of any wrestling promotion in recognition of their cunning and sneakiness, the contract will still be active and honored, should they choose to cash in their desired match said case and contract are applicable to. In a short summation, stop your bitching, Samjax, and go find who stole your briefcase before they cash it in for you. My vote? That 10-faced git Anon. I wonder which face could have did it.
And so a lot there. Obviously, the big issue is the 1-year time limit that would be up at Multivania to cash in the briefcase is suspended. So as soon as Samjax gets his briefcase back, basically, he will have the option to cash it in. However, apparently, finders keepers, whoever has it, could cash in on either Zacko Duo or Victor Vicious at Multivania. We don't know. So, a lot of questions hanging in the air. Also, with that mention that Gore-Wheel had of Anon, I suppose it's worth mentioning that the brass have been reviewing the situation with registered Anon and have given him a vote of no confidence. So, as per the regulations of MNW, in our main event, it will be Gore-Wheel versus registered Anon, and if registered Anon loses, he is no longer in charge of human resources. So, huge news.
Are up there.
Yeah. It's huge news on that front. And ladies and gentlemen, by the way, and he finally made it to the ringside. We knew that Michael Montoya would not be available today because he is still recovering. So we had to find a co-host, and we decided that our poor friend Eric Jenerickson was busy enough. So we found a new color commentator for today. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the cyberpunk prodigy, Aiden Xero.
What's going on, everyone?
So, Aiden, you heard about what do you think about this issue with the Mega Money and the Big Bank briefcase?
I mean, it's a big contract with really big implications. Honestly?
Yeah?
I think whoever cashes it in is going to be much smarter for doing it discreetly. You don't want to make a big production out of it. And whoever gets their hands on it, not saying who, could be anyone.
All right.
Could even be you.
I mean, it could be, but you know what? I don't think as a retired wrestler it'd be a good idea for me to hold the big belt.
I mean, that payday says otherwise, doesn't it? Listen, anything can happen.
Anything could happen.
Anything can happen.
That's true. Well, so with that, I mean, you're right, Aiden, but we have a long day. By the way, how's your monitor working? You got everything you need right there?
I see everything I need to see.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started off with this epic go-home show. So, we're starting off with, well, Sergeant Major Payne had made a declaration that he is opening the doors, a boot camp open challenge, so that he can rebuild himself after the events of being part of Cloud9. And we already saw Nakano Kirishima accept that challenge, and then then Nakano being very much the delinquent. Well, someone else has accepted the challenge. Someone really well known to the Unknown Soldier. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this shindig going. Let's go down to ringside.
Who could have accepted the open challenge? Now I'm curious.
You know,
your opening match is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, Ignacio Cervantes.
And here we have him, the other former member of Cloud9. He is the social outcast, the awkward lad.
But you know, he's honest about it. He's honest about the awkwardness, and I think that's respectable.
Yep. Well, and you know what? I maybe he feels the same as Payne. You know, he's also got to get over the everything that happened to him in Cloud9, especially now that Defunct's in a coma.
He'll be alright. I know Defunct. I've seen him through the ups and downs. We've known that man for almost 3 years now.
Right. Well. And here he is, the Unknown Soldier himself, Sergeant Major Payne. And he is looking for, as he put it, win, lose, draw, I don't care. I am trying to challenge myself and rebuild myself.
You know,
And
it makes
so-
me wonder which one that backpack is.
You know, you always have to wonder. I always assumed energy
I'm
drinks.
gonna go check through that. I'm gonna go look through that when he's not. Give me a second. Well, let me just creep over here real quick.
No, there's a reason why we're in a secluded area. I mean, it's mostly so that the to limit the amount of tax we get by the wrestlers, but still.
Yeah, but you know, I'm not officially an announcer. I'll be. No. I think maybe he had nothing bad. I mean, a little investigation, you know.
Anyway, here we go. And it's off. All right. Payne taking an early lead, I guess, getting Ignacio in the corner. I think they're talking to each other.
All right. Nothing really. No. Ooh, big arm drag, though.
So, again, this is interesting. I mean, they've trained together. They tagged together for quite a while. Now here they are basically beating the hell out of each other.
I mean, if this is a boot camp, this is to rebuild yourself and those around you. I mean, it's a friendly competition, right?
I mean, this one I would assume, yes. They did get along as a team. I'm assuming this is just... it could also just to be put the stink out of after... Payne lost his match to Nakano Kirishima. Nakano then proceeded to beat on him after that match.
I mean, ego's always a big factor in these kind of matches. It's always, you want to rebuild yourself better than before, but there's always ego involved. You always want to be better. Oh, well, speaking of...
we know that's music. Speaking of the delinquent of blood money...
So much for a friendly competition.
Oh, Nakano kneeing Payne in the face. And the social outcast going, I guess I pin him.
Taking full advantage of the distraction and the sneak attack.
Okay, Aiden, let's be honest. If this was one of your partners in high voltage you were against and somebody came out, what would you do?
Well... Personally, I wouldn't pin, because that's my friend, that's a personal, friendship. I would probably jump the person who just attacked my friend.
Okay, all right.
Nagano drove his noggin knee into Sergeant Major Payne's face, and we just have to understand that Ignacio, instead of saying that you shouldn't do that, in a friendly competition, took full advantage and pinned Sergeant Major Payne in this supposedly friendly competition. That says volumes about the kind of person that Cervantes is,
I mean, okay, yeah. And the return by the Sarge.
Keeping out the leg, though. And going for a deep Boston Crab, almost a lion tamer of sorts. Knee on the back of the neck, wrenching.
And now, into the corner.
The big drop kick, dropping the Sarge right on his ass, almost. And big power bomb out of that corner. Ignacio Cervantes taking full advantage from that sneak attack. You said these two are friends, right?
I mean, they've been. You know what? That may have been a bit of an assumption on my part. I will be honest. They were definitely teammates in Cloud9, but then again, they had a lot of matches before then as two members of the Bad Batch.
Big Northern Lights super into the ropes with his leg catching. I don't know, this seemed like a friendly competition up until it wasn't,
I mean, hang on, and Blitzkrieg!
That's actually a good way to end the match. That's a great way to turn this around after that sneak attack, too.
Either way, he did manage to hit a Blitzkrieg on Ignacio.
Hammer throw, face first into that turnbuckle, but Ignacio not staying in there. A little too fresh, he's not dazed. Over big back elbow, right to the jaw where Nagano hit.
Well, both of these, one of the complaints, and Ignacio said it directly to the Funk. Their biggest complaint was Cloud9, even though they were promised to be elevated to great heights, these two were in the end just Tequila Sunrise.
Big Tequila Sunrise deep in.
Oh!
And your winner, Ignacio Cervantes.
That's a really abrupt ending. The Tequila Sunrise, if you saw the position of that knee,
yeah,
his knee was on the back of his head, driving that spot where Nagano hit into the mat, grinding the jawbone like into the canvas. Really a subtle way to secure that victory, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, I also think
a little underhanded.
Yeah, also I think a good way to end a friendship.
If it was me, he wouldn't be getting a Christmas card. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. I mean, I see that. Well, there's been a lot going on, and I'm sure you've been paying attention to the various happenings involving your old friend Louis McDonald.
I'll be real. After some long appointments with the Multiverse Nexus Wrestling counselor, they did tell me that, you know, maybe, just maybe, holding on to that much resentment and that much anger and that much contempt for a man I once called family isn't healthy. So whenever he comes on, I kind of look the other way. So if you want to catch me up on what he's been doing, that'd be great.
That's fair. And we will, but first, social media kind of blowing up after that match. Sir Uncle Dunk tweeting out, first thing on my list after Multivania, bring that boy in line. Okay, fair enough. Sir Uncle Dunk having a match with the Janitor at Multivania. Then the other member of Blood Money, Mr. Butler, tweeting out, kid, what the hell was that? Out of all the bad batchers, I didn't think you'd be the one to go crosshairs. Fair enough. So, of course, Louis McDonald has teamed up with Earl King West as part of Legion. And they, Earl King West has decided his new chew toy is McMorgan. And it was a good 2-on-1 until, of course, that great moment when McMorgan found some help in the form of the myth-made flesh Beowulf. So we are now going to be hearing from several of the people involved in all of that. Let's start out with, let's hear from McMorgan.
I gave you a warning. I have no fear to fight you and the backstabbing snake on me own, but the wise mercenary marches with a company. So, I reached out to a good lad, Beowulf. I watched him fight and saw in him the spirit of a true warrior, a warrior that the elders sing from our past. Oh, and it was easy. I told him, lad, I've seen you fight. Do you want to join me in a hunt as we take down the biggest monsters and beasts that boot these shows have to throw at us? And I tell you, the grin on his face. And so our hunt began. Yes, hunt! It won't be just you there, laddie, you false king. But every being on Warzone and Flashbang, of Celt and Dane, the stories speak of a mighty host that raids through the night on great hunts for beasts and traitorous folk. Aye, for my family, it was the Fae of the Wild that called them to fulfill their oath, to hunt their traitorous kin. The oath that I have renewed, the warpath myself and Beowulf have now set upon. Ha ha ha! So beware, Earl King West and Louis of McDonald's. The war hordes can be heard. The wild hunt has come.
And now let's hear from his partner, ladies and gentlemen, the myth made flesh, Beowulf.
We Danes are no stranger to fighting the Fae. Elves, dwarves, and giants alike have all equally tasted the steel of Ulfbert, and have all met their fate in hell. But you, on the other hand, Earl King, you are not like the others. The Neoselfar are too busy looking at themselves in the mirror, and the Dolkelfar are too busy plundering and pillaging what they please. The Dwerg are too busy being greedy mountain dwellers, and the Jotun are too busy losing against the Aesir. You, Fae King, are surprisingly all three of them. You're a greedy, selfish bastard that takes what he wants, stabs people in the back, and you always lose. You lost Prinny, the Empire of Terror, and even half of the faction you're currently in. Louis McDonald, you better start thinking about your future. With Scotsman and Dane fighting together, you're in a war where the balance of power is out of your favor. As for you, Earl King, it's time for the Wild Hunt to start, and for the King to be dethroned. For our shield wall is unbreakable. Make your move, Traitoro, for we are the Wild Hunt, and you are the prey.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it's official now. McMorgan and Beowulf are a team, and they are known as the Wild Hunt. Which, that's a slap in the face to Earl King West, since the whole point of the title Earl King is King of the Hunt. So that'll be fun. Meanwhile, social media still blowing up about that Sergeant Major Payne match, with Lachen tweeting out, "The only thing Cloud9 elevated to great heights was my medical bills." Fair enough. And we will be seeing Lachen in action later today. And then finally, Sergeant Major Payne himself tweeting out, "Ignacio, you saw your shot and took it, and I can't fault you for that. But Nakano, you little shit, you just made the list. You want a war, you fucking got one." He censored for his tweet, but I can read between the lines. And, for God's sakes, hang on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess someone took exception to what we just heard from the Wild Hunt and is coming down to ringside.
Oh, God.
Hey, look, Aiden, it's your old friend, Louis McDonald.
Lovely.
Wild Hunt, that's rich. I love it. All right, so let's get some things straight. I know what everyone keeps saying about me, that something about me being a chronic backstabber, and no one should trust me, and that I deserve anything I'd get from Earl King West. Let me tell you something. You're all full of shit. What you called backstabbing, I called trimming the fat. Getting rid of the dead weight. I've had nothing but useless partners up till now, but now I have upgraded. Now I have the best partner of them all, the Fey King. Even when he loses, he wins. Which means, even if we lose, we win. Yeah, you guys better get used to the idea of Legion rolling up the ranks after this cute little whatever it's gonna be with the All Odds, and I don't even remember who they're fighting. It's that unimportant. All right, I guess somebody took exception. Louis, you've pissed off maybe the wrong living legend. Aiden, how do you see this ending?
Well, all I know is that Louis has a heart of coal, a jaw of glass, and he can talk more than he can fight. And there's no real way out of this ring.
Huh. Brave words. Let me point you out to a simple fact. I am not just some wrestler with a gimmick. I am the new incarnation of the legend Beowulf, and I have a history of burying the Fae. That's funny. Like anyone buys that. Listen, kid. I don't know what carny sideshow you bought your mask at, or how tough you are. You've just saddled up your wagon to a loser named Nick Morgan, and he is the new plaything of the Earl King. I've seen this with many warriors in the past who are about ready to soil their britches facing a greater opponent. I believe the current term is whistling past the graveyard. Either way, it doesn't matter, Louis. You and the Traitoro have made your choice. You're damn right we made our choice. We made our choice to be the best damn tag team in the multiverse. We're going to take the tag gold. You know what? I think it's time for both of us to have singles gold again. We are on the rise back to the top, baby. And just like everyone in our wake, you're going to end up in the trash heap. And now you're taking notes from the dearly departed Mr. Jones. How quaint. No, the Wild Hunt is an unstoppable force. You do not understand what you're up against. The lineage of the McMorgan clan and the history of Beowulf. Seems to me you're talking a whole bunch about the past. Like a loser. No, this is all about the future. Legion is all about the future. And our future is paved in gold. And I know that those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it. Just like you, Louis, you're doomed to go down a path with arrogance and bravado and get your ass handed to you once again. No, that's not how that works. I have always been the best. I just either have people like Wonderball or Xero or whoever else dragging me down, and the brass putting all the odds against me, which all that bullshit is going to be long gone now. Oh, you mean like the current Nexus Titan champion was a weight around your neck. You cut him loose and he found greatness? Like that? McDonald, you're a fool. And there's only one thing to do with a fool. Put him out of his misery. Until then, watch your back. The hunt is coming for you. Well, that was a lot of, well, I'll say this. Louis is at least very consistent in the bullshit he exudes.
Yeah, he is.
Well, while we get ready for our next matchup, again, just so that today, I know we're the go-home show before Multivania. Social media is just going nuts. First off, here we have the Sandman, a frequent viewer of our show, of course, on our sister show, Flashbang, a part of their tag team champion, going, hi, yes, hello, Louis. Sandman here, one half of the actual best tag team in MNW, which will be cemented once we beat Deus Pulp and retain our belts. Also, hey, Louis, let's just say McMorgan isn't the only plaything of Earl King. You are as well. He has shown as much. All right. You know, always hard hitting there, that Sandman. But with that, you know what?
Speaks right.
I mean, yeah. But we've had a lot of talk. I think we need to get back into some action here.
Please.
So, of course, Aiden, you've had a lot of experience with a lot of different teams. The tag division, first off, you've got Louis. He's talking a lot of trash about the tag division, but after, with Multivania coming up, we have so many people looking for, those title shots after the show. Everyone's so concerned about what's happening at the show. And the example, you have the All Odds, who are going to be having their match defending against the Conquest Bloodline. But somebody has to take them on after. Which tag teams do you like?
Let's see. Teams that I like. I mean, I could always be biased, but man, I'm a big fan of, the Bells. I've always liked the Bells. They're such great people. Okay. Even we've had our conflicts, but me and the Bell siblings have had good times outside the ring. Whatever's left of Omega Club, if they're kicking around, they're usually pretty consistent.
Okay. Well, reason I ask, we're going to have some tag team wrestling today. To give we have to figure out who's going to be getting that #1 shot after Multivania. So later today, we're going to see JIR Inc. take on High Voltage. But before then, we're going to have this match with two other very prominent tag teams. And let's just let them speak for themselves. Let's head down to ringside.
By all means. Focusing on the future. What a
It's okay. It's okay.
The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Omega Club.
I mean, not my first two picks for Omega Club, but they're all right. The new group.
The new group. The only other member of Omega Club right now is their manager Kelly, who had a match last week against Alicester Evergreen that didn't happen because Mr. Butler attacked Evergreen before he could get down to ringside. Which today we're going to have a little comeuppance for that, as Alicester Evergreen will be facing Mr. Butler in one-on-one action in our penultimate match of the day.
That's going to be a match. I mean, Mr. Butler's large, brain small. You know how that goes. What lacks in intelligence goes into strength, and that match is going to be a lot like the One Piece live action, if you want to ask Mr. Butler. Hard to watch and not very satisfying.
Well, you heard it here, folks. But yeah, Omega Club, which, for a while there, Whitney and Gunner weren't on the same page, but then they had what has been dubbed the Hug It Out match. And the boys have been back on the same page ever since.
They got something. I can see some remnants of the core of Omega Club in there. Some of that it factor. I can see who they up against. The question: who could they be going against? Oh, I see.
And introducing their opponents, the Bell Bros.
Here they are, representing the Three Kings, the Bell Bros, Flyboy, and Strongman Bell. You called them out. They were the first team on your lips when I asked you who did you like.
That's my extended familia right there. I love them.
So, yeah, this is two top tag teams getting in action, making those showings, looking to rack up those wins, make an argument to take on whoever comes out of Multivania with the Unified Tag Team Championship.
They're hard-hitting, they are athletic, they're smart. If they can't out-wrestle you, they'll just outthink you. It's terrifying how well-rounded the Bells are.
And off the bat,
and like I said, immediately cutting the ring in half. Big neck breaker.
Flyboy
Bell making sure just to keep them separated from their corner.
Absolutely. You think about the history of Flyboy. Before teaming with his younger brother, Strongman, was part of Rhythm and Blues with the Dagarik. Mm-hmm. Until recently, our hardcore champion. By the way, Dagarik will be in action later today.
Oh, look at that big pile driver. Out the gate, working the head and neck. And
Bell just great. These are two experienced tag teams. They know what they're doing. the Bell brothers have the added advantage of they grew up together.
I mean, they're both like experienced tag teams, but this iteration of Mega Club isn't as experienced as the Bells, who've been teaming since the Inquisition days. And before that, if you want to count outside of MNW.
Very true. Of
like,
course.
if you want to go on pure experience, the Bells have far more chemistry than these two, who had to have a hug-it-out match to work together, you know?
I mean, that's fair. Although, again, Whitney and Gunner, before joining Omega Club, were the tag team The Sound. Briefly joining forces with both Alpha Kong and briefly even working with, well, the man once known as Albatross.
Yeah, he does change his name pretty often, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, he's currently the Doctor of Albinomics, one of 3 men challenging Sir McCheese for the Big Oof Championship at Multivania.
It is a shame that he had to fall so far from the incandescent one we all knew.
I mean, it's...
But, you know, we all have to change. Some put on jorts and lose credibility, and some become Louis McDonald, who are just bitter. You know, it just happens. People change. I'm not bitter. You're bitter.
Yeah, of course. No, of course not. No one ever accused you of that. Just look at the power of Strongman.
Strongman Bell is one of the strongest competitors I have ever faced. Just on a pure strength basis, I have never seen a man that large do a flip that, like, perfect and then land that hard. Like, gravity does not exist around them. Like, they have their own gravitational field. I'm pretty sure it's Aztec blood magic. I haven't been able to confirm it from them. They keep just winking at me and laughing in Spanish and walking away. It's very frustrating.
You know what? I can imagine. Meanwhile, outside up to a 5 count. Oh!
Drive-by kick by Flyboy Bell. Like I said, if they can't out-strength you, they'll out-think you, and that's exactly what Flyboy's doing. Like, cutting the ring in half, keeping the partner separated, using the harder outside to double up on offense, keeping Strongman right there as backup in case. Like, it's veteran tactics. It's pure fucking intelligence. But, you know, that's a powerbomb.
Gunner going for the pin. Kick out of 2. I think it says something that Strongman didn't even feel the need to come in and do the breakup. That's how much faith he had in his brother.
They know how much resilience each one of them have. If they come in, they know it's a situation. But other than that, you can trust the siblings to take care of things.
Okay. So with the social media feed, I've heard the question: what the Bells do? Would you call that luchamancy?
No. Okay. There's more to it. I don't know what it is, but there's more to it.
Oh!
Big driving Hurricane Rana, face first into that canvas, though. And once again, isolating, cutting the ring in half. Big boot to the chest.
Uh-oh. Flyboy's setting up.
You gotta remember, any move that Bell does focuses those ribs. You can't breathe, you can't fight, and Flyboy loves to take the wind out of the opponent. Those kicks, right to the chest, right to the jaw, right to the neck if you're not looking right. And hand delivering right to Strongman.
Oh no! I think Flyboy's got other plans. La Estrella!
Big shooting star press. And once again, working those ribs, and Gunner Birch not taking any chances.
I mean, after a La Estrella, can you blame him?
No, La Estrella will take the air out of your lungs, and Flyboy taking full advantage of the distraction.
A second La Estrella!
That's gotta be it. That's gotta be.
Oh!
What?
Whitney had more in the tank, but again, that you talked about the cerebral game of the Bells.
No, look, where's Gunner Birch? You tell me.
Oh boy!
Big swing. Look, even delivering to their corner, but there's no Gunnar Birch in sight. No one's there. Strongman almost mocking. Look at this big weight.
Oh, reversed!
You know what? I'll give him that. That was very, very veteran tactic. And going for a stump puller on the leg, trying to take the leg out of its hip. Cranking on that neck, but how long? You see Gunnar Birch on the outside getting back to his feet.
I mean, that's a good strategy by Whitney. You know, stretch it out, give Gunnar a chance to recover before doing any big moves.
Driving knee right to the jaw. Maybe he didn't need to wait for Gunnar, but maybe I spoke too soon with that big shoulder block from Strongman. At the end of the day, Whitney took 2 La Estrellas direct to the jaw and to the ribs, like.
Oh,
big elbow
ow!
to the back of Whitney Lee. Rolling Thunder, Senton, working with already injured ribs.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder at some point, when is this past professional looking to injure, looking to prove a point or send a message with Multivania on the horizon?
Good question, but after that Phoenix Rush, I have a feeling we might see Strongman setting up for the Oni combo. I think we're about to see it.
Yep, there it is. Military press into a devastating, rib-busting assault. Toe touch even if you watch.
Gunnar right there. Oh, but getting neck breaker courtesy of Flyboy.
Devin versus Bulldog and Strongman a stomp for good measure, making sure that he doesn't get up. Deadlift. Power bomb right in front of Gunnar, almost daring him to come in and put strength to strength. The confidence of the Bells over the years has been one of the most impressive things, I'll say. And,
oh no, Gunnar was in the red corner and now he's getting, oh!
Absolutely decimated. Knees to the jaw, combination lung blower wheelbarrow. High knee followed by a massive bulldog.
That is a favorite combo of the Flyboy.
Absolutely, it's devastating. I've been hit by it, I've used it myself. And looking for the sacrifice arm breaker. That's what I'm saying, there's blood magic involved. You don't just call things a sacrifice without, like, meaning it. There's something going on.
Oh, reverse!
Whitney Lee. Could this be the time to tag in Gunnar Birch? Or no, Whitney Lee. Taking all this punishment, but looking to isolate Flyboy for himself. Big flatliner.
That is the death note. But again,
Strongman definitely seeing that maybe something's going on. But wait, big leg lariat from Whitney Lee.
I think we're gonna see the death note again.
Looks like it. Yep.
Elevated
flatliner.
After a second death note, no Strongman to be seen. Oh, but Flyboy.
Flyboy is stronger than that, let me tell you. Personally, I think Whitney's a little busted up. Ribs are a little busted up. Hard to do moves when your ribs are poking your lungs. Hard to breathe. Hard to execute things properly. And now you see it. Big knee strike right to the jaw of Gunnar Birch.
That was the toe the bell hits.
Wait a minute. Whitney Lee taking Strongman to the outside, though, if you caught that. Big flipping neck breaker to Strongman on that side. The kind of damage that could be done. I think Flyboy was distracted looking at the younger brother. Damage and big blue thunder bomb.
Oh!
Wow.
And your winners, Omega Club.
I'm actually very surprised about the outcome of that.
That is...
Oh, looks like some conflict. Some trouble in paradise.
These two, just when you think they're on the same page.
You know.
Oh no! Hang on. I'm getting told that was Gunner telling Whitney, go get the beers.
You know what? That's fair. You know what? Yeah. Gunner won the match. Whitney buys the beers. You know what? That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, that's
just upset he lost a bet.
Yeah. So, real quick, let's look at social media, which has just been going crazy on this Go Home show. First off, we have one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions, Sasquatch Wing, stating there is reason why Louis not call himself evolved anymore. He now knows a Sasquatch more evolved than he. Can't argue.
You know what? No, neither can I. You know what? I'll be right back. I got it. I'll be right back.
Fine. Okay, hang on. Mega Blitz X tweeting out, the OG club may be off doing their own things, but the legacy continues. I left due to wanting to make my own name, but the club will always be where I got my start. Fair enough. So, ladies and I guess, folks, yeah, Aiden has left us, but apparently it's because he's grabbed the microphone and is heading down to the ring. Okay, well, while we're waiting for Aiden to get there, one last tweet, and that is from the leader of Omega Club, Kelly, stating, make it a light beer. Okay, fair enough. Well, okay, folks, I guess, I guess we're heading down to ringside. Hang on. I guess Aiden has a few things he wants to say. So, let's hear from Aiden Xero.
You know, I've done my best to let the past be the past. But you want to talk about the future and seeing that I'm from there, I decided to take a front row seat. Jail, hospital visits, paranoia, and more trust issues than a schizophrenic faking in a hall of mirrors. But now I have to hear that you were trimming the fat? Is that why I beat you at Multivania for your belt? Is that why Wonderball ascended the ranks after you stabbed them in the back? Maybe you're the weak link, Lewis. Maybe you're the weak link, and I can't wait to watch Earl King realize that you're better as a pawn, a foot soldier, who's expendable rather than a suitable ally. No matter how you spin it, you're just an old man yelling at clouds, bitter that everyone else is above you. The only one holding you back is you. The only person who screws Louis McDonald is Louis McDonald. I could take any belt you hold, because I'm better than you. I'm a better person than you. I'm a better wrestler than you. I'm better on the mic. I'm better in the back. I'm better on commentary. I am better at business. I am better than you in every facet of your pathetic life. The only person who screws Louis McDonald is Louis McDonald. But that seems to be par for the course, Louis. I've checked the records, I've checked the financials from when we were friends back in the day, and I've seen a lot of purchases undocumented that you left out. Because it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. You screwed yourself. And that's normal because you're used to fucking yourself. If you can't pay for it, you just go fuck yourself. Like you always have. Late nights in the Vortex Club. Reserved rooms for yourself. Missing bottles. Too many Kleenex's box missing. Louis, it makes perfect sense. You're the best at fucking yourself.
Well, that I guess that some things just boil over. Gonna have to wait for Aiden to get back here. He's still on commentary duty today.
Okay.
You feel better?
Oh, I feel much better.
Got that out of your system?
Oh, I feel great.
Okay. Well, hopefully this next match will raise your spirits. as we get ready for it. But yeah, with meanwhile, as we're waiting, Multivania coming up, and we got a lot of matches, and one person tweeting out is going to be there. Hashtag Let the World Freeze from the Lady Kathgina. For the time has come to leave a trail of bodies. Let them come home, Warzone. Welcome to the room of the Fae, who have rooms of people they loved one day docked away. Of course, Kathgina will be facing the Omni Slayer Jagger Blackthorn at Multivania next weekend. Jagger, of course, pointing out that that this is a match that it was something Kathgina wanted. She asked for it. She she can't target the people who actually hurt her family, so she's going after the only person in her sights, which is Jagger. Meanwhile, this next match, I hope you're going to enjoy this match. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So why don't we head down to ringside, since we've got still a hell of a day ahead of us. So let's keep this go home show moving. So let's take it to the ring.
Oh, anything's better than having to deal with that. Let's see who's out here.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, it's Lachen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best stand-up comic to come out of the East German Super Soldier program. It's Lachen. What's he like in the locker room, Aiden?
Oh God. There's a reason why you don't really trust. You say, what is it, German?
Yeah, German.
Oh, let me check my book. Hold on.
Well, while you're doing that, we're going to announce
we don't
his
have that.
opponent.
Are you sure that's what? Are you sure that's German? That's not a thing here. Are you sure that's real?
Hang on.
Hold on.
And introducing their opponent, Glacirus.
Serious, I know.
Well, sure.
Oh, the United European Front used to be known as German. Understood. Okay, yeah. No, there's a reason why you don't let them tell jokes. Very direct people.
I mean, fair. I heard he's fond of knock-knock jokes. Meanwhile, Glacirus, the master of street lucha.
Very good at street lucha, let me tell you.
So, what differentiates street lucha from regular lucha, Aiden?
Honor? Lack of it. So, street lucha is, like how boxing and street fighting are different. Lucha and street lucha are different.
Ah, alright, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, so Lachen in the back, when trying to tell me knock joke, it was like this. Knock, knock, who's there? We asked the questions, and I was like, okay, and I just walked out of the room. Like, I just couldn't deal with it. Like, it was strange.
I mean, fair enough. Oh, and we're off to the races.
Out the gate, the serious with that spinning heel kick to the ribs.
Of course, oh, and a single leg crab.
Well, not a very good one if Glacirus got out that fast. Lachen, he might be the best. German?
German, yes.
That doesn't sound right.
Or
I'll take that.
Or Deutschland if you prefer the alternate name.
That's no.
All right.
The United European Front is what we have here, but I'll take German. Maybe he's better at comedy than lucha, but.
Well,
I mean, he is trying to fight master of street lucha.
He is, although, he also is a tag team wrestler with his partner Nice Ice as the Team Eastern Bloc Party.
I do remember the Eastern Bloc Party. I do know Nice Ice is a force to be reckoned with. Glacirus knows no tag team slouch himself, having quite a number of tag team victories. That's
true. Of course, right now, a singles wrestler as Lucha on the Rocks have gone their own way.
Which is fair,
You know, Bart Ender, we're actually going to see Bart Ender in a triple threat match later today.
Good for him. Speaking of people who just made their way up the card, you know.
Well, and then of course,
carved a name for himself.
Of course, the former partner of Bart Ender, Power Surge, will be facing Suplex Sam for the Multiverse Heavyweight or the Warpgate Hardcore Championship at Multivania.
As you can see, Glacirus, though, keeping Lade on his feet, trying to make sure to get around the power of Lachen.
I mean, that's what you got to do when you're in the ring with a powerhouse.
Big elbow to the joint of the knee, though, trying to take away the mobility of Glacirus. Just can't say he's not being smart, that's for sure. Big choke bomb. Pretty sure choking is illegal in wrestling, but, you know, the referee, I guess, didn't see it past the glaringly, blindingly blonde hair.
And apparently that is his natural hair color.
Aye. Of course it is. Of course it is.
And
going for another cover. Lateral press, but not enough for Glacirus, who was able to force him off. You gotta think, to throw him in that big off you with as much force as Glacirus did, he's no slouch in the power department either, with a big neck breaker on the outside. Gotta remember, the outside is a lot harder than the canvas of the ring, so having your vertebrae hit that, not good. Not good for your comedy career.
And back in the ring.
Into the corner. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god, legs first into the turnbuckles. Once again, can't say he's not being tactical, trying to take away the legs of Glacirus, whose entire moveset really does consist with being light on his feet and fast with his kicks.
Lachen is setting up.
Oh god, is it a knock-knock joke? He's gonna just tell bad jokes until he taps out? Oh no, okay. Well, now I look silly, don't I? Big ripcord lariat after that German suplex. I guess he just calls it a suplex though, doesn't he?
I mean, yeah.
So that's why it's called a German suplex. That makes sense now, actually.
It's like you learn something new every time you come on commentary there, Aiden.
Yeah. Well, United European Front suplex is just too wordy, too mouthy.
It makes me worry about the future, but that's fine. It's fine.
No, there's only 7 uninhabitable areas.
I mean, so far we've managed...
serious, though. Going to the top.
Go to the top. Oh, here we go! The icicle! Actually, no, I think that was Snowfall.
That was absolutely Snowfall. Icicle would be the double stomp.
And your winner, Glacirus.
Glacirus with that amazing Snowfall splash.
And, okay, Lachen, okay.
Just right back to his feet. That's a lot about the resiliency of Lachen right earlier.
And Lachen going, well done, was fun match. Okay.
No jokes for 1 week, I guess. I guess it's the agreement. I don't know. Good job, Glacirus.
I mean, that's
great.
Oh yeah, great matchup for Glacirus. I mean, he's looking to make that singles name for himself.
I mean, when he's primarily a tag wrestler, having a big win like that for your singles, you just can't go wrong with that. I would know.
Well, yeah, you've kind of been all over the place with that. You've been tagged, you've held singles gold.
Sure.
Gonna have to see what the future holds for Aiden Xero. That right now, also, what is the future going to hold for Glacirus? A great showing.
That man's gonna hold singles gold one day. I can tell you that right now. One day.
Oh, really?
Just a hunch. I have a good feeling about these things.
Well, okay, that's fair. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, one of the matches we are going to see at Multivania is the Janitor taking on Sir Uncle Dunk, the janitor issued an apology to Sir Uncle Dunk for abandoning him after the collapse of the Republic. Uncle Dunk came forward in a move that surprised everyone, accepted the apology. And all he asks is one last honorable duel between himself and the janitor to just put the whole matter to bed, as wrestlers do. His only request to the janitor was for one last night to come out as his more glorious self. So we are now going to go to ringside and hear from the janitor.
A duel, like pistols at dawn kind of duel? Like a steel chairs at dawn?
Let's...
Kendo sticks at dawn?
Greetings, denizens of the multiverse. It is I, your janitor. As always, it is my duty to clean up the messes, to clean up from those who would oppress, to clean up from those who would harm, but also to clean up the damage of the past. My old friend Uncle Dunk, it of course makes me so happy you accepted my apology, and of course I would be more than honored to have one last go in the ring between us as gentlemen wrestlers, but I am torn on your other request. I was lost after the collapse of the Republic, and after the loss of everything, and I found myself through my new work as a janitor. I found my place amongst the people, and I have found a peace I did not know possible, and just being a janitor. And okay, Sir McCheese, the other former member of the Republic, who is, of course, our Big Oof champion and is going to defend that belt. We know that McCheese has told the janitor that he considers him a father figure. And, of course, the janitor in his corner when McCheese won the Big Oof. So, very close. It's going to be interested to hear what the cheesy one has to say.
I'm curious. He's always been too nice for his own good, but let's see what he has to say to the janitor.
Okay. So I've been thinking about this, and I just want to come out and say, okay, first off, obviously I respect you more than I can ever say, but I also respect Uncle Dunk, and you've both actually really been there for me. So I want you to just hear what I'm going to say, and understand that everything I'm about to say is with the utmost respect. Of course, McCheese. Believe me, you do not have to tell me how you feel. I know we've had many heart-to-hearts, and as we were preparing for your Big Oof title run, I have faith. You know what? I never want you to feel you have to watch your words with me. So please, what do you have to say? Okay, good. So look, I get it. You are in a better headspace than I've ever seen you in the entire time I've known you. I think what you've done is great, but I think you need the catharsis of one last run. So, and I'm just going to say it straight. You should come out as Pro Banaga one last time. I understand what you're saying, and I understand the crowd would love it, but I don't know that I want to go back to that. There was a lot of baggage back in those days that I've shed, and I've been able to focus on the purity of wrestling and the purity of cleaning up after everyone's messes. Yeah, I get that, but I think you need the one last match, because you never really put a bow on it. You never did the final goodbye as the Glorious Emperor. And don't worry about the pyro. I talked to Uncle. He'll foot the bill for the whole entrance because he just really wants one last time. I admit I'm torn. I see the point. People want to see it. Everyone remembers who I was, and that will always stay. It was some good times there. It was good runs, but again, I feel I've evolved. Oh, you totally have. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. You've done great. I'm really happy with the man I see now. Well, let me put this another way. I don't really think... Yeah, it'd be a problem for you, but I think Unkley needs this. I think what Unkley needs isn't the match against the Janitor. I think Unkley needs the last match against Probanaga. I hadn't considered that. You make a good point, McCheese. You make a good point. That this is about, again, cleaning up the messes of the past. And part of that mess was, as I already admitted, not giving Unkley the support he needed. So, it's a good point. Yeah, okay. I'm glad to hear you say that. I was a little worried. So, yeah, I'm not... Obviously, you need to think about it. I understand that. I'm just saying that I do think this would be a good idea. And it's only for the one night. And then you go back to your life that you've built for yourself, and maybe Unkley gets the peace of mind he actually needs to move on. So thank you for listening to me. I really appreciate it. You've meant so much to me. Thank you so much. Well, the Gouda boy coming out making a Gouda point.
What a nice man, I swear. He's too nice.
I mean, he kind of is,
but offering a unique perspective of maybe Unkley needs the closure.
Yeah. This is more about what yeah, that was. Yeah, I hadn't considered that myself, so that's a good. So, well, time for our next match. So we had talked about, again, we've got a lot of tag action this week. And so as we're getting ready for that, interesting tweet out on social media from Maximilian Thunderthighs, who tweets out, "Hi Warzone, I'm in the middle of preparations for Multivania. If you need me tonight, I'll be in the montage room. Also, good news, we have a new montage room with the hole in the wall I made. Sorry, Jerry. Damn it, Max."
Oh yeah, I passed out on the way back from my outburst. Yeah, it's like a perfectly Maximilian shaped hole. It's down to fingers. It's perfectly spaced out for him just to jump through.
I mean, this is why he has a tab at Lowe's. But why? So,
why the tab or why Lowe's?
Yes.
Understood.
So yeah, that's so I got a question for you. Have you been paying attention to what's been going on with JIF?
In what way? There's a few of these.
Well, the fact that JIF and Mystery Inc. merged into JIF Inc. and it's gone from 2 tag teams to a 5-man faction.
That's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people. And considering who's in that team, a lot of beef. And I only bring it up because they're going to be in action now against your boys, High Voltage.
I'm not worried. It's High Voltage. We got this.
All right. Well, then, let's take it down to ringside.
The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Usa Monkey P.R.
Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the premier private investigator of MNW and a member of JIF Inc., who apparently, he and Seth Jackson are sharing the administrative duties.
So he's doing the administrative duties.
I mean, he does a lot of the paperwork, yeah.
Last time I had a conversation with Seth, he couldn't read very well, so I think he's doing all of the paperwork.
Well, I believe Papoose has pointed out the parts that Seth needs to put his X on.
You know what? That's fair.
Surprisingly enough, X is still a viable signature.
Hey, anything on the dotted line, right?
I mean, as long as you got a witness. And what better witness than Papoose a monkey?
Is he also a notary?
That's a good question. We should check into that. You know what wouldn't surprise me? Wouldn't surprise me
if he can't notarize his own paperwork. I feel like I have the conflict of interest.
I mean, or maybe they have someone else. Like this man.
And introducing their partner, Istanbul. And they are JIR Inc.
You know what? That's the notary. That looks like a notary.
Yeah, it looks like he'd be good at it too.
He probably keeps the stamp in that jacket.
And Istanbul, of course, was part of JIF before it merged into JIF Inc. Turns out that he has quite the history of paranormal encounters and investigations dating back to his youth.
Paranormal. Is he one of those, oh, I'm a ghost hunter, I can have a tape recorder that plays ghost noises when I'm on TV. Like, he's one of those, come on.
I mean, that's kind of what JIF did and does as part of JIF Inc. Apparently he has he joined JIF because he has a extensive history with supernatural. How else do you explain that mustache?
And introducing their opponents. Introducing first, it's Wonderball.
So here it is, one of your boys.
That is the one-man choking hazard Wonderball.
I'm sure he was right behind you while you were in ring ripping Louis a new one.
Oh, I'm sure. Listen, you don't very often feel the sting of a chair to the back of your head when you're getting betrayed by someone you trust. Mine has had handcuffs following it and, space jam.
Well, I mean, I understand. I used to tag with Apollo Storm, so I understand.
Oh, God, I've heard about that. I've heard the rumors, the rumblings.
It was a time. But let's focus on the here and now and these guys.
And introducing their tag team partner, Aiden Sanchez.
All right.
They are high voltage.
Aiden, can you finally answer this question for me about Leonid?
Probably.
So, the report I have is he's half alien.
Yes.
Now, that purple, is it that one half of his body is alien and one half is human, or is that purple side just a tattoo?
Oh, that's the alien. That's the whole alien thing.
So he's literally split down the middle, human and alien.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here, folks.
Half alien space prince kind of thing. It's weird.
So wait, he's an alien space prince?
Yeah. Some kind of exile.
All right. Well, meanwhile,
big. Almost a suplex using the arm as leverage.
Papoose and Wonderball starting this off.
Yeah. I mean, Papoose Monkey has been around forever. I mean, of the 4 people in the ring, he's the veteran.
Many job changes, many different changes have been to Papoose, for better or worse. Look at the one-handed push-ups, though.
Several different hats, if you will. No pun intended.
Okay, but pulling.
I will lock you in the box.
Pulling Wonderball to the blue corner and tagging in Istanbul.
Smart tag team maneuvers here. Again, cutting the ring in half, making sure that Wonderball is isolated.
Again, veteran savvy of Papoose Monkey bringing to the team. But, I mean, Istanbul has always been a tag wrestler. Initially with his old partner Constantinople as the Turkish Delights, and now as part of JIR Inc.
Big arm trap, Russian leg sweep, trying to choke the life out of Istanbul.
You know, of course, Istanbul and Constantinople have stated that they still have unfinished business. But first, Constantinople is one of the 4 men in that big oof fatal 4-way at Multivania.
Oh, they got a problem with the Turks, right?
Well, no, they are. You know what? Let's just put a pin in that and revisit it later.
Fair enough. Like, is that a person named Turks, or is that like a place? I'm
there. You know what? You've been struggling with geography as it is tonight, so just look up the country Turkey.
Come on, that's an animal. Okay, I'm not that dumb.
All right. Well, meanwhile, Wonderball setting up and Papoose rolling out of the way.
That's a veteran maneuver right there. Making sure to get out of the way of danger, sensing it even with that veteran sense of his. The Wonderball, not one to sit on his hands, going for a lariat, but Papoose is just too big for that. Well, again with the one-handed push-ups on the outside this time. I
guess he really needed to get his calisthenics in today.
Is that, or is he trying to, like, prove a point about the veteran standing? Like, the amount of experience he has over Wonderball, you know?
I mean, multitasking is a thing.
It's what I would do if I was trying to, like, psychologically abuse my opponent, right? Like, they go to attack me and I just start doing calisthenics on their body. Like, how do you come back from that? It's really awkward. Lade tagged in.
Hot tag, and in comes the Space Prince. Now, I guess that's a new term we're going to use for him.
The veteran tactics of Papoose.
I mean, that's what he brings to the table for JIR Inc. is that veteran savvy.
I dropped him using the turnbuckle as an anchor point, reinforcing the damage to the back and to the sternum, but Papoose once again just using the strength game, but nobody home. Jaw first into that turnbuckle post.
I mean, Leonid definitely having a speed advantage, but you know what? That could be countered just by that veteran instinct of knowing where you're probably going to be.
There's a saying about veterans and fighting in that it's not a matter of being able to avoid, it's a matter of to predict. And Papoose can absolutely predict movement, can predict what kind of attack the opponent's going to use because he's been doing this long enough that, you know, when the body moves a certain way, you can be like, oh, it's a punch, it's a kick.
Yeah.
He's using that to his full advantage.
There's, of course, also the saying, youth and skill will fall to old age and treachery every time.
Exactly.
Istanbul begging for the tag.
Lean and cutting off Papoose, making sure Istanbul doesn't get tagged in. The substantially larger member of this team, this segment of JIR Inc.
Well, and Wonderball going out, or Leonid, I'm sorry, going outside.
Looking for something big, that's for sure.
Springboard European uppercut.
See, we called it a European on my from where I'm from too. It's not a German uppercut, right? It's a European uppercut. Like, I'm
yes.
not wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure these days now. Apparently, I don't know half the things that go on in this town now. Lade once again avoiding the corner, knowing that being in that corner just spells doom, and tagging in Wonderball, the one-man choking hazard, tagged in. And that speed advantage coming in play, high knee and enziguri to the back of the head. Followed by a big Northern Lights. I think Justice Jake taught him that one back in the day, I'll be honest. I don't remember being there for that lesson.
Oh, and now Wonderball's got him up, caught in the ban this.
Absolutely, but look at it, the veteran instinct once again, using the leverage, using the elbows as a turning point, as a fulcrum point, rolling through, grabbing that ankle though, and sweeping out. Mostly using his veteran status to his full advantage, making sure he can just outthink his opponent. It's big, oh my god, super kick. From a man that size, that's, you know what? He might be in the best shape I've ever seen him in, actually.
That's very possible.
Think that comes with the Jeff Inc. pay raise?
Well, I mean, they do get both paid as both wrestlers and investigators.
Oh, wait a minute. This move looks very familiar.
It's locking the cuffs on him.
Wonderball, look at that up kick using both feet to push Busa back. Side headlock locked in, using headlock takeover to keep him grounded. Almost a veteran reversal from Wonderball. Here we go.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the Wonderball.
And that's gotta be, that's right on his neck. Who's a monkey? Playing possum, it seems, taking full advantage of the confidence, almost arrogance of Wonderball.
Yeah, and then letting the fresher man come in so while he recovers, because that was definitely a screw your neck move. Oh
yeah, no. And Busa being up there in age, you want your neck to be in a better quality, but wait a minute. Big Boston Crab locked in, reaching for tagging Leonid though. Pulling the leg out, getting the balance off, and using his chance to just kind of climb out, crawl his way out.
He still wants to be the one, not going for the tag though. No, instead he's going for another ban this.
And look, keep him cut off from the corner. Keep him cut off from the ropes. That might be it. Isolated from his partner, isolated from the ropes. Wonderball was using the corner as leverage to really wrench it in deep, but his tempo's not moving.
Yep, yeah.
He's not moving.
No, I think, and he's bringing Leonid in.
Maybe give the glory to the new guy.
Yeah, let Leonid get the pin. Oh! I think they took too long.
I mean, it was generous of Wonderball, but not tactically sound, you know? Big elbow drop. Little Leonid grabbed his arm, though. Hopefully not an injury, but 1, 2. Wait, who's this?
And your winners.
Yeah, not sure.
High voltage.
I mean,
yeah, not sure what happened.
You know,
there with
Papusa. But Papusa was standing right there like he was gonna break it up and then chose not to. Like, it's strange. Like, good for the win, awesome, but why did Papusa not break it up when he had the chance to?
That's a good question. Hang on a second. Hang on. There's a tweet out on social. We might have an answer here, Aiden. There's a tweet out on social media from the constant nightmare Constantinople. I have a nice meal of fondue, bird and scrap metal waiting for me at Multivania. Then I can let this guy I sort of remember have his match. Cackle. Did Constantinople do something?
Bird and scrap metal.
Did he? Well, he is a rat ogre now. Apparently mutated by the chaos of the warp. Which I'm told by my nephew is a thing. I know.
Something about warpstone and you know they can make nukes out of that?
I don't even want. You know what? Aiden, I'm going to take a note out of your. I'm going to take a page out of your book here right now. You hold down the fort.
Oh, you're grabbing a mic?
Hold down the fort for a minute.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, man. So yeah, they have this thing, for those watching, they have these rat people have, like, the ability to make bombs out of this warpstone. It's weird. It's how we lost Uruguay. Oh, well, Jerry Aldini in the ring, microphone in hand, looking like he's ready to really speak his mind on something.
Good afternoon, Multiverse, or evening, depending on where you are in the many time zones that we seem to cross over. I don't understand this Nexus stuff. Anyway, I just want to take a moment. We're right here. It's the Go Home show. Next week is Multivania, and I just want to take a moment. Because as of next weekend, it'll be 1 year since I was officially brought on as an announcer and then made general manager when all the changes happened, and a lot's going on, and I just wanted to take a moment and thank everyone. It's been such a time. And we don't worry about the issues we've had with the administration. We don't worry about, the shenanigans with the Outlaws, all the different feuds and magic and anything. Let's just not worry about any of that. Let's just take a moment, and I just want to say to everyone one very important thing, and that is thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for making Multiverse Nexus Wrestling the best wrestling federation in the multiverse. Thank you all for your time, for your passion, for your creativity. Thank you all for standing by in this really rough year of transition as things had to be rebuilt from the ground up. And, since with Multivania, we are on the cusp of a new era, and I just want to let you all know one important thing. Things will never be the same. Change is inevitable, and you move forward and you embrace it and you do the best that you can. And that's what we do here in MNW week after week. Yeah, things seem strange. Sometimes weird things happen in the ring, but none of that matters. What matters is this, that we are together as a wrestling community. We come together and we are here for the love of the sport. So thank you, one and all.
Strong words from Jerry Aldini, talking about the future of MNW moving forward in a trying time. We wait for him to get back, but yeah. So Uruguay fell to the rat thing, and then Paraguay followed. It was really weird, guys. Some kind of glowing green rock turned into a bomb, and it was just really just one of those things that you have to read about to really think it's true, and then you think it's fake, and then you go.
Anyway, there we go.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
Thanks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we still have a huge day to move forward with, but right now, as happens every week, we got to pay a few bills. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll return after this commercial break.
Feel the warm, milky, healing, Jesus-powered goodness that is Lactatanks. Step inside or be thrown in forcibly by registered Anon after you've gotten the shit beaten out of you by multiple people in one wrestling match. We swear nobody has ever died in a Lactatank. What is the Lacta made of in the Lactatank? We have no fucking clue. but we enjoy it anyways, and you will too. Lactatanks, come feel our warm, creamy, healing Jesus goodness.
Multiverse, Nexus Wrestling's Warzone, Flashbang, and Firing Line are all proudly sponsored by Enraptured Beauty. Our products, rather than using unnatural and harmful chemicals, revitalize your skin by boosting the natural elements already present and enhance your natural beauty so you too can love your best self.
It's morning in Multiverse, and rest of day looms looking to break the weary like monster breaking human twig in a wrestling ring. But there is remedy. Squash roast coffee, made from finest naturally grown beans for best wake-up energy. That's because every bean have 10 beans within. That'll be 10 times more big energy than competing brand. More than enough big squash energy to power through day. Squash roast coffee. It's big cup of good stuff. Now available on decaf, or when there is need to come down from blood rage.
When you want the most detailed and violent-looking pictures of battlegrounds, look for Perfect Snap Photography. We do bar fights, wars, underground wrestling, and weddings.
My wedding dress, you fat harlot!
Remember, Perfect Snap Photography. It'll be bloody perfect in a snap.
You too can now wage war against the flabby wrestlers of MNW with your own exclusive Zacko action figure. It comes with trios tag belt accessories and nut-kicking action. Pull the cord to hear Zacko's famous quotes.
Get that microphone away from me before I shot up your...
The Zacko Duo action figure, sold separately.
Whether you're working at home or giving your opponent work, we here at Lowe's are there for you. We're here with our sturdy tables and ladders that cease to exist if broken in half. We're here with rings that can stand up to even the most grueling of hoss fights. And when a locker room door is inevitably smashed by an angry lion woman, or a fiery undead leaves burn marks all over your paint, Lowe's will be there with a little elbow grease, a substandard 2x4, and a 6-figure bill. Don't believe me? Listen to these satisfied customers.
You know, I like Lowe's because they have tables that I can put pizza on because everyone else keeps breaking the goddamn tables.
This is Raphael Sampson here to remind you that Lowe's brand lumber is subpar at best. You deserve better. And trust me, I would know. I worship a god.
Lowe's is great for tinkering with any hero gadgets.
Sometimes when executing wrestling justice, I've had to break down a few barriers and a few walls.
Oh, fucking damn it, Max, my wall!
Thank goodness I shop at Lowe's so I can get the best deal on replacing and fixing all the walls I break.
Lowe's. Do it subpar for more.
Why?
And now, a message from the brass. This has been a message from the brass.
Have you or a beloved faction member suffered from a preventable workplace injury, jobber discrimination, threatening lawsuits from VIP, or harassment from Trashman Jones? You may be entitled to financial compensation and physical retribution. If so, please call Gore-Wheel & Associates Law Firm to schedule an appointment. We handle all cases, whether they be civil litigation, criminal litigation, or a backstage beatdown. We understand it's tough out here in the Nexus, and you need someone to both watch your back and break the other guys. So call 1-800-NEXUS-DEFENSE, and remember, you don't pay a fee unless we get blood and money for you.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we are ready for action. But before we get there, tweeting out on social media, Kelly, did anyone know what the fuck Aiden Xero is talking about with this green rock stuff? I swear, why people from the future are insane.
How
How am I insane? We literally just talked about someone who was mutated by the green rock stuff, Kelly.
You know, it's...
I'm literally telling you how to prevent 2 countries from going up in actual smoke.
So
and you think I'm... This is why people who say the end of the world is coming are locked up.
So I have a question. Have you and Zacho Duo ever sat down and compared the futures you come from?
Back when we were amicable, yeah. And then, you know, he did the whole, I'm gonna beat up my dad thing, and then we haven't talked since.
Did you ever determine, are they the same future?
Different timelines.
So we're still in a multiple choice. You could go either way. Because we know, we know that Zacho changed his future. His future won't come to pass because of something he did. Do you think maybe he caused your future?
No, we don't have a lot of like we don't have a lot of the machine uprising thing. We don't really have a lot of the machines thing.
Okay.
We have a lot of corporate government paramilitary things and a lot of like dystopian things and countries that shouldn't have super weapons having super weapons. Well, I'm trying to tell people not to talk about the green rock stuff. People think I'm crazy.
Well, you know what? While you're going crazy, let's head down to ring for our next match.
Fair enough.
The following is a triple threat match. Introducing first, Bart and
Last man I can get behind.
Well, he is the wrestling bartender, Bart Ender. Now, very firmly a solo wrestler, a singles man. You know, all his tag teams or factions or what have yous have fallen apart. So here he is.
Never because of him. He's usually the one like bailed out.
introducing next, they are the Terror Angel Fearstrykes.
So, you know, Aiden, I'm kind of glad because his entrance always freaks out Michael.
Does it?
Yeah, the eerie cold followed by the weird searing heat of the explosion that we can even feel here in our secluded area just sort of freaks Michael out.
I mean, yeah, but I felt worse.
Let's also be clear, Michael is a frail personality. So.
He's something.
I mean, yeah, but he I'll give him credit. He did try getting into the ring. Meanwhile, Fearstrykes, former Nexus Titan champion, former member of the Faces of Fear. You know, the one
fact. My first opponent in MNW.
Aiden Zero's first opponent in MNW. The man who knew, hey, let's get into Faces of Fear now.
He's smart. He got out of there. He said, F this.
He saw the writing on the wall.
I think he's the one who put the writing on the wall. I'll be real with you.
I mean, possibly. He's an angel.
And introducing their opponent, Lade Hireold.
Speaking of timelines and differences,
I mean, that's true. The original Hireold in MNW was a very different person from this man. I mean, he was literally a monster, where this is literally the politest man you ever would hope to meet.
Yeah, see, I've never hung out with this Hireold. I had to fight the other Hireold, the trio circuit back in the day. He hits like a truck, and he moves like a semi. Like, it's actually terrifying.
I think this Hireold's, because he's a staple in the hardcore division. I mean, I think he still hits like a truck. He's just very polite about it, and gets you a Band-Aid later. Yeah.
You know, at least this one like hits and moves the same, but he's you know, he'll feel bad about it later. He doesn't actively try to commit homicide, unlike the other one did.
I mean, this Hireold, whenever you're in a conversation, and I've been in conversation, you're in a conversation, and your first thought is, oh man, I could be a better person.
Yeah, you have an actual angel there, and yet Hireold just seems like a much more polite, nicer man in comparison to the actual angel.
And right off the bat, speaking of which, Bart Ender going after Captain Quebec, and Fearstrykes waiting until they're done, and then man, it's all Bart all the time right now.
Bart Ender looking to really prove himself as a singles competitor, really trying to make sure that, like, people don't... Oh, well, never mind. Hireold with the most polite right hand I've ever seen. Makes you really wonder, like, you know, tenure in the business here. You'd think Bart Ender actually, technically has been here longer than almost everyone in this ring.
I mean, on a very technical sense, although we know that before this Hireold came in, he was a successful indie wrestler in his home universe before coming here, so, you know.
Yeah, but do we count that in specifically this ring, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I think what you end up counting is how good a wrestler is he.
That's true. That's true.
And, you know, he's even in this form, had a great career.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you can see Fearstrykes just drilling into his back.
And
savage blows, and now just going after Bart Ender. Something about sin and vice from alcohol versus an angel. Very very poetic if you think about it.
And going for the pin. And a kick out at one. Oh! Nice standing bulldog.
You know, it's always surprising when Hireold takes the opportunity like that and goes from behind. Like, again, you always think he's more polite than that, more like kind, you know?
It's still a wrestling match.
It is still a wrestling match. You have Bart Ender is once again going after both men by himself.
Well, I think as you said, Bart is looking to prove himself that he is going to be a singles competitor to take seriously.
He spent most of his time in stables, in factions, in tag teams. Big flipping leg drop from the top rope. They're going after the, what do you call him, Captain Quebec, right? That's the
Captain Quebec or the French Canadian Daredevil.
That last one's very good. But you gotta think, how much of this is once again like Bart Ender's ego, right? He wants to prove himself and show that he can be taken seriously as a singles competitor. Big Death Valley driver from Fearstrykes.
Well, especially because the last triple threat match Bart Ender was in was to determine the #1 contender for the Warpgate Hardcore Championship, and he did not win that match. His former protege did.
Look like he's going for the last call.
And last call connects. But there is still a Hireold to deal with.
And Hireold taking full advantage. Oh my god, running headbutt. Just knocking Bart Ender out and going for the pin for himself. Oh my god.
Wait, and you can't blame it. It's not like he stole the opportunity. He literally dealt with Bart, and then, well, there's an angel in the ring.
He literally waited. He gave Bart Ender a chance to cover him. He took his time. He waited.
And it was the polite thing to do.
Yeah, I've never seen such manners in a fight.
Well, either way, now... Oh, I think he was setting up for either the Fire Blast or the Burning Wrath, but instead...
The rear naked choke locked in.
Instead, he's getting caught up in closing time, and it's over!
And your winner, Bart Ender.
I don't know if you saw that, Jerry, but Fearstrykes kicked Hireold in the shin while he was unconscious.
He is the Terror Angel, but the point here is what you said earlier, Bart Ender looking to prove himself as a singles competitor, and that's a clear statement in that direction.
That closing time rear naked choke, that's absolutely a devastating move. If you get locked in, you might not wake up. You might not get out.
Let's be honest. That opportunistic closing time.
I'm not going to disagree with that, but like you said, it's a wrestling match. You want to win, right?
I mean, fair enough. Yes, you do want to win.
And Fearstrykes had every opportunity to break it up, and he didn't, or he couldn't. So in a singles match, there's no one there to break it up for you.
Nope. You're taking your chances. You paid your money. So, while we're waiting for everyone to clear the ring and then to get to our next match, Aiden, with Multivania coming up next week, what match on the Multivania card are you most excited for?
Honestly, I really want to see if the Janitor's going to give Uncle Dunk his last hurrah.
So you really want to see if the Janitor's coming out is as Probanaga?
I want to see it. I want to see if he'll give Uncle Dunk that closure. Sir McCheese brought up a very good point about maybe Uncle Dunk and his, the last year of him kind of being off his rocker was because he just didn't have that closure. He was looking for it at any turn and never got it, and now this is his chance.
Maybe. I mean, I won't deny. Pete, what are you looking forward to this year?
Not gonna lie, I'm really looking forward to the storyteller Dr. Gribb versus Cade and Xero.
That's gonna be enough. That match, so much going on there all at once. It's insane. Because myself, obviously as the general manager, I had some hand in the booking, so it almost feels unfair for me to say anything. But if I were being honest, I'm really looking forward to how the Mystery in the Bank match is going to turn out.
Could be a pink slip, could be a title shot.
It'll be a title shot. It'll just, you don't know for which title.
But if people don't know what's in the briefcase, then someone could just steal whatever's inside and put something else in there. You could find a brick in there afterwards if you.
I know what's in there, but that's fine. Meanwhile, we have let's get down to our next. So this next match, well, this is going to be a fun one. I think people are going to enjoy this. So let's head down to ringside. Oh, hang on. I was saying that, but unfortunately, wait a minute. Before we go to ringside, oh no, something's happening. Aiden, I'm sorry, but I got this announcement's coming on. It's coming from the account of Dr. Grimm. Greetings, Mr. Jerry Aldini, Pete McPherson, and Mr. Aiden Xero. My name is Doomsayer, and I am the artificial AI tasked with keeping the public of the Nexus aware of the status of the machine called the Device. The current status of the device, created by Dr. Victor Grimm, MD, PhD, MAD, is currently online. The device was currently set to activate if either of you mention the names Kane8602 or XR Kun. These parameters have been achieved, resulting in the activation of the device.
Well, folks, you know what? That's on.
Yeah, well, we've got to announce. What worries me is when we announce the full Multivania card later tonight. But okay, we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, let's head down to ringside.
That was ominous. Why is Dr. Grimm always so ominous?
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Conquest Bloodline, Lady Boots.
The Mistress of Conquest, Lady Boots. Well, the Lady of Conquest and the main event mistress, let's be honest. Coming out for singles competition. Aiden, you've faced Lady Boots before. What's it like?
There's a lot of talking when you're like grappling, a lot of innuendos, a lot of trying to put things in your endo. Not a fan. Not a fan. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend losing. Then you just don't know what happens, and I'm not a fan of that.
All right, fair enough.
Introducing their opponent, They are the Dagarik.
So, how about this guy, Aiden?
That's a man I'm familiar with. Big fan of Dagarik, good friend of mine.
Well,
we had some time in jail together.
I was going to say you spent time in prison with the man, where apparently he made that motorcycle.
Yeah, I watched him do it. Terrifying. I watched him actually fashion a shiv out of part of his bed frame and then stab at least 4 guards with it before, like, taking their armor and helping reinforce that bike on his way out. It was actually grotesque.
Now, meanwhile, the Dwarven Prince and the Lady of Conquest also familiar with each other, having faced one another in the C-101. This is a bit of a retread of that matchup.
Like, they call him the Dagger, Jerry. Like, I watched him earn that nickname, Jerry. Like, that's scary.
Oh! Right off the bat, getting a boot from Boots.
Big wheel kick. Those heels, definitely harder than your average, like, shoe. So, bad day. Knees, no one home, though. Oh my god, the spot. You just watch Boots bounce off the can with that spine buster.
I mean, she is a competitor, and Dagarik will respect that and give no quarter.
No, I agree.
And as you said, when you're talking about Boots, she's going to come and she's going to come hard, and she is going to make you pay if you don't.
True, very true.
And I just realized I inadvertently did innuendo, and I apologize to the entire multiverse.
Oh yeah, no, you played into Boots' hand right there.
Already hashtag phrasing is beginning to trend.
Oh my, spiking Lady Boots into the floor. And, oh my, hold up. Big twisting DDT off the shoulder. Extra elevation for extra damage.
I'm always surprised at how agile Dagarik is.
Yeah, you'd think low center of gravity, less height on his, on his height, but there he is, driving fist into the bridge of the nose of Lady Boots. Dagarik is definitely a competitor who you don't want to be in the ring with, regardless. He's just much more brutal than your average competitor, much more unforgiving. Oh! Friendship or not.
Boots happy with that one, but again, the agility of Dagarik, a knee to the face.
Shades of former tag partner Flyboy Bell. You gotta think how much was picked up during their time in Rhythm and Blues together.
I mean, that's a good point. When you're tagging with somebody like Flyboy, maybe you're gonna learn a thing or two.
Told the bell, but Lady Boots popped right back up. Sometimes to be said about someone who is experienced with a move or someone who's kind of pulling it out to use it.
I think she, at one point, grabbed the Mohawk.
She'll grab anything if you give her enough of a chance. Trust me, she'll grab anything. That's the problem.
Again, phrasing.
No, that's the whole point, is the ref doesn't always catch it, Jerry. That's the problem, Jerry. I'm gonna have a count out, though.
Oh, no!
Like I said.
And your winner, Dagarik.
Not satisfied to end it on a pinfall or submission. Winning by a form of knockout, if you want to think like that. Lady Boots unable to get to her feet and get back going by the 10 count.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Either way, that is a win in the daggers category.
Savage brutality by the man once known as the Dwarven Prince.
And with that, hang on just a second. I'm getting a notice from Phyllis. There has to be we're going to get a reboot on our monitor system. So hang on just a second, Aiden.
No worries.
All right. Let me know when your screen's rebooted.
Yep, it's rebooting right now. You know, you gotta make sure that whatever the device is doesn't work with our screens. You know.
I mean, that's part of what's going on. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, Kelly tweets out, "Mwahahaha! Hey, lady, can you count to 10? Ha 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 ha."
Yeah, I can hear her like outside. Like she's loud. I can hear that.
I mean,
I'm just saying, she's loud.
I mean, you know, sometimes if you're happy and you know it. Oh, hang on a second. We're getting. Oh no, hang on a second. Another message is coming through. And the message is, greetings, this is Doomsayer, the artificial AI tasked with keeping the Nexus aware of the status of the machine called the device. Override code accepted. I'm not going to read that code out. Although it does seem to end in lock meme for life. K, thanks, bye. Okay. I think that's an all clear message. Or something. It is either very good news or very bad news.
Jerry, it's something made by Grimm. I doubt confetti is in our future.
Yeah. Meanwhile, as we get ready for our next matchup, this has been building as there has been some growing how do I say this? Animosity. Let's just say that things aren't all hunky-dory between one Alicester Evergreen and one Mr. Butler. So they are about to face each other, but we heard from both men beforehand. So first off, let's hear this from Alicester Evergreen.
Butler, boy. I'm not after the old generation of MNW. They cut their teeth and proved they were worthy already. You did exactly what I hoped, though. The first of the bad batch to step to me. See, I've been around for a while watching you all. Training, claiming belts all across the multiverse. One thing that I can't stand is someone who can't wait their turn. I've had that match. My first solo match, and the Teletubby Butler came in and tried to prove something. If you want my attention, you have it. You ain't leaving Wonderland in one piece, sunshine. Remember this clearly. Where there are wolves, the pack is close by.
And for the rebuttal, let's hear from Mr. Butler.
One thing that I can't stand is someone who can't wait their turn. I've had that match. My first solo match, and the Teletubby Butler came in and tried to prove something. My first solo match, and the Teletubby Butler.
You know, at this point you're just actively trying to piss me off. Congratulations. You've succeeded. So I'm not going to come at you with some clever reference, because quite honestly, you aren't worth the trouble to think of one. But you want to talk about people not waiting their turn? Listen here, young boy. I've been waiting for my turn to come for over a year! I've been the Barry Horowitz of MNW ever since I got here, but I've kept my frustrations bottled up all this time, until you decided to go and pop the cork. You liken yourself to a wolf? Well, unfortunately, you're facing the fury of a very, very hungry hunter who has been suffering from famine, is looking to feast on the nearest game. You will take your pelt and wear it like a trophy. Actually, I think I've got a reference that's rather appropriate here. Why would I want to leave Wonderland? Especially since now that you're here with me, it's about to become a dead man Wonderland.
So, yeah, there you have it. This is it's going to be a fun match.
Do you think his first name is Mr.?
No, it's not. We know his first name. We don't like to say it because it makes him very angry.
I kind of want to say it now.
You know, we did this. Fine. His first name is Sebastian.
I'll keep that in mind.
But, just as it is, I know I'm going to get an angry tweet now from him about it. It's going to be a thing. Just you had to insist, yes, and he's not a Butler. Butler's his last name. He is, in fact, Uncle Dunk's bodyguard.
I mean, that's great, but Sebastian should be like, joining Conqueror's bloodline with the way he was just talking about waiting to come. I'm just saying.
You know what? Let's just go to we're going to go to ringside now, folks. Or Aiden gets us in any more trouble. Alright, yeah, sorry folks, there was a production issue. Our mics got disabled. We're back now. Sorry.
Was that the devices doing?
It might have been the devices doing, yeah.
Fucker. Also, I don't know, that mask doesn't scream, bodyguard to me. It screams Halloween to me, but I don't think Doom's hiring rejects, so,
No. He's always worn that mask. Apparently, as he put it, it's there for our comfort.
So you're saying he's uglier under it?
I simply repeated exactly what he said. I made no value judgments whatsoever.
Understood. Sebastian eagerly waiting to fight Alicester Evergreen.
You know what? You're asking for trouble.
Oh yeah, you're right. He might read One Piece at me, and I'll have to leave the company for a while.
Well, we're off and starting out. Alicester Evergreen going after Mr. Butler.
He's is much smaller under that outfit. Oh my god. I expect him to be bigger, like more Butler-sized, but he's much smaller.
It's called forced perspective. The nature of the costume fools the eyes.
Yeah. The illusion of large, I guess. That makes sense. Because he was coming out and going, man, how did he get jumped by a man with a chair? And now I'm looking at me, you know what? Yeah, I can see it. But Butler picking him up on the shoulder, power slam position, and throat first off that top rope. I've said it before, if you can't breathe, you can't fight. Jerry, what's your take? Why would you think these two would have problems like this? Why would Sebastian Butler go out of his way to attack Alicester Evergreen?
Well, I mean, Alicester did cut a promo where he did say some less than complimentary things to Mr. Butler.
Okay, but he called himself ugly under the mask. He says less complimentary things about himself. So, I mean, is that really that bad? I'm sure Uncle Dunk says worse things about him behind his back that I've definitely heard walking down the halls that he doesn't know about, but you know.
You know, all we know is this is where we are. You know, things were said, feelings were hurt, and now we have a wrestling match.
That's usually how it goes. Big uppercut, though.
I mean, you've been there.
Oh, I've been there.
I mean, how many times?
I'll be there again if I keep this up.
How many times have you fought Ginger Boy?
No, here or like in general? Big close out of the corner, and Alicester with a big jawbreaker. You have to think, does the mask hurt? Big capo kick though, heel to the top of the skull. Big kick to the side of the head. And, oh my god, running headbutt. Page from Hireold's book, it looks like. Alicester learning from the veterans. Big boxing style from Mr. Butler.
Well, I mean, that's Butler in a nutshell. He's a striker.
Not good enough, apparently. Kick to the side of the head. Alicester Evergreen taking full advantage of the speed difference between them. Spinning back fist. Up into the corner. Alicester Evergreen once again countering Mr. Butler's counter with that speed difference. It makes you wonder, though, how long can you outspeed someone before you get tired? Big backstabber from Alicester Evergreen.
I mean, that's one thing Alicester has shown. He's fast, he's agile.
Fast, agile, you know, these are all things that we can all agree on are good qualities, but if you can't finish the match, then there's really not a lot you can do.
Okay, and right now, looks like he is working to wear down the arm of Mr. Butler.
Trying to wear down the arm of Mr. Butler, looking to grab him by the straps of his mask. Good control technique, kicking out the hamstring, and I rip off the ropes. Another headbutt, but nobody home.
You know what I find interesting? Usually we have Michael Montoya saying antagonizing things. Oh, never mind. Let's deal with this first. Alicester picking up Butler, but Butler wiggles out and hits him with a reverse DDT.
Back of his skull bouncing off the floor. Definitely not a good way to spend your day.
Usually when Michael says things like you're saying, people on social media start calling him out. Whereas with you, the actual wrestler, there's not that much happening.
Oh, because they know that if Butler puts a hand on me, I can spoil every anime he's ever liked. I'm from the future. I know how they all end. People forget. I have that kind of leverage.
Not just Butler. I mean, he's in the ring. I mean, other people.
mean, they were like, you know, oh, Butler's gonna put hands on you. I'll spoil every anime he's ever loved. I don't care. What's he gonna do?
So, okay, I'm gonna ask you a really, this is one of the hardest questions I may have ever had to ask anyone in my life.
Yeah.
In your time, Aiden, is One Piece actually done? Did they actually finish it?
Oh yeah, it ends.
Okay, 1, 2. So it does end. That's good to know.
Yeah, you know, it does end.
I mean, I don't know. I've never read it. I just hear it's really long.
Oh, you can jump in at any part and it'll be fine. It does not matter where you start. I don't know if that's true, but I hear it pisses them off, so I say it.
Okay. Meanwhile, I was thinking Alicester taking control, but no. Butler says, I don't think so.
Power slam position and running power slam right in the middle of the ring.
I mean, you know, try and talk shit about Butler, but there's no denying he is a dangerous competitor. Oh, he just got Alicester pinned in the corner. And headbutt you.
Dropping to his knees after that headbutt. Big forearms, though, from Alicester Evergreen. Really trying to knock Butler off his feet.
I mean, yeah, denied by Butler. Hung out to dry.
Stun gun off the ropes.
Kick out at 2 by Butler.
You gotta think, what would it do to the mental of Mr. Butler to lose to Alicester Evergreen in a match in a fight he started?
Oh! Drop toe hold.
First into the apron, the hardest part of the ring, if you didn't know. It looks like he's busted open.
Actually, interesting fact, Mr. Butler has never won a singles match.
That says a lot. Attacking the referee, wait a minute.
Wait, he just threw the referee out of the ring! He didn't second to win this one either! Wait, did he go after? Oh no!
Sledgehammer. Wait a minute.
Hammer time!
Right to the ribs.
And the ref, he killed the ref. Thank God the ref is functionally immortal and will eventually regenerate.
I don't think Alicester will, though.
Alicester was not expecting a hardcore match.
Several sledgehammer shots to the sternum and ribcage, to the diaphragm.
And now, Butler back in the ring. The ref recovered. Oh my God. Butler timed out how long the ref's regeneration cycle is.
That's dangerous.
He knew how long the ref would be out until he recovered. And now he's... Oh, no. No, wait. And Alistair's, I think, busted open. And... Oh!
Doesn't know where he is right now, and he definitely doesn't know where he is now.
2. Ah!
And your winner, Mr. Butler.
Well, never mind. Mr. Butler now has his first singles win.
I don't think it's well earned, though. He literally cheated to win. Sebastian is an underhanded cheat. Don't care.
Well, either way, that's a win that's one in the win column.
Yeah, but put an asterisk next to it. We all saw what happened. We were here. We all saw what happened, and you all know to hold it over him that he didn't actually win.
Well, with that, social media, by the way, has been blowing up. First off, I'm not sure how he managed this, but there's a tweet from Mr. Butler, apparently some point during the show. That was the second time, Aiden. Even Buddha will lose patience when poked a third time. That might have been, even though it's coming from Butler, that might have been Nakano tweeting for him. And then tweeting out from Beowulf. I know this is long after, but Louis, since you're curious, the mask was made from the scales of the dragon. Yeah, don't mess with the myth incarnate. The myth incarnate, he'll mess you up. Also, we got Rico Rose tweeting out. Rico from, of course, our sister show Flashbang. Aiden, the last guy that said Mr. Butler's birth name was lucky enough to end up in the hospital. Please don't use that again.
I think he's like 6 times since that. So
and just now tweeting out from backstage, Mr. Butler. And that was the 3rd poke, Aiden. Watch your back, Aiden. I think you may be having some action with a man named Butler in the future.
Listen, injuries will heal. You can't unspoil anime.
Also tweeting out, Kelly. Fuck, I owe Gunner money. One Piece do end. Aiden, you could have just said no. Comment. You cost me $100. Well, there you go. That may cost you next time you go into a mega pub. And then Jaunt Tristram tweeting out, sitting around waiting, watching. How interesting. If you want to speak of viciousness across the universe and titles that actually matter, find me after Multivania. I'll show you what I learned from RIW. And before anyone asks, I'm indeed that old. You can do the math, I'm sure. Okay. Someone's pissed off the other rookie of this year, Jaunt Tristram. So, yeah. That happened. All of that happened. Ladies and gentlemen, that all happened. But now, it is. Oh, wait a minute. We're getting a tweet now from Alicester himself. Alicester Evergreen tweeting out, Butler, the only thing about this entire exchange that hurt me was your cringe talk. You're fucking with the wrong person, boy. Watch your back. The only dead man is you, sunshine. All right. So, yeah, a lot of fun out of that match. It was great. I'm sure this is... Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to booking committee, aren't I?
Probably not. If Butler's smart, he won't want it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to booking committee. Got it. In the meantime, let's get...
Jerry, you're saying Mr. Butler's not smart? You might have to look your back. I'm just saying.
So...
Interesting take.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event. As we said at the top of the show, the brass took a vote of confidence on Registered Anon. It turned against him. But per Multiverse Nexus Wrestling rules, to be fully removed from his position as the head of human resources, he has to lose a match. With that as the stipulation. And I think that's about it. So, as our friend Michael Montoya would say if he were here today, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this.
The following match is scheduled for one fall and is your main event. Introducing first, representing the Toxic Wastelanders, Gore-Wheel.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, Gore-Wheel. Also, the head of legal, although apparently with this no Gobbit match, the administration is being officially disbanded if they can just get Anon out of his position.
But that means they have to beat him, and that's a whole different animal.
Yeah. So no more of this wrestlers also holding administrative roles.
That's probably for the best.
No more Gore-Wheel in charge of legal, Forrest in charge of finance, Doctor of Albenomics in charge of merchandise, which is fine. Zach DeWeaver hasn't listened to him once. So, yeah. Plus, well, anyway, here we go. Yeah, now it's time.
And introducing their opponent, Registered Anon.
Interesting music choice
a long way
for Anon to come out to. The Outlaws were his special assistants of HR, and coming out in the suit.
A lot of confidence there, wrestling in a suit. I don't think I've ever seen anyone
it's
win the suit. So.
Weird. I mean, Anon's been coming out in different. You know, he came out, you know, in his normal gear, the suit. We've seen him come out in beachwear.
I remember the beachwear.
So, but apparently, what I'm getting told is, you know, this is the HR Anon suit.
I've known Anon for a very long time, let me tell you. And he has come a long way from how I first met him to how he is now. We almost spent time in prison together. He was somehow able to avoid prison. He was in a tag team. He shared a house with a bunch of MNW people. It was an interesting time. Yeah. Saved the multiverse with him once or twice, but you guys probably don't know about that because there was a time warp thing.
All right. All very interesting. Who do you like in this match?
Oh, Anon. I gotta go with Anon.
Gotta go with Anon. So you think he's going to retain his position as head of HR?
Absolutely. That man doesn't know how to stay down.
All right. Apparently the hashtag #CooCooCoo is trending on social media.
Yep, I still hear that when I walk down dark alleys. It sticks with you. I don't know if you were there, Jerry, when he fought 3 of the vacants at once and, like, held his own.
Actually, I was working backstage at the time, yes.
Like, that was, like, he can fight 3 of them at the same time? Gore-Wheel's one man.
I mean, Gore-Wheel's, you know, the warlord of the wasteland, but sure.
Yeah,
sure.
But he's still but one man.
I mean, is that what, you have wastelands in your time, right?
Many of them, yeah.
Yeah, so that probably was all his territory.
Yeah, there's a good chance. A lot of factions, a lot of no man's lands.
Okay.
Big deadlift toss overhead. Dropping Gore right on his masking goggles. You got to think how much that hurts being pushed into his flesh.
I mean, that's true, but there's also I would wonder, is that you would imagine that he's used to that by now?
Oh, probably. Doesn't mean it's not uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're still waiting to hear word on Big Papa Plutonium, who hasn't been seen since that Fallout death match.
Big face buster, gourd buster, even from Gore-Wheel. I mean, Big Papa Plutonium has his habits of just vanishing for periods at a time and then coming back with a new name, new gimmick, new outfit, new move.
Hey, as long as he doesn't come back
up the isotopes.
I mean, as long as he doesn't come back as a pirate, I'll be fine.
For now. Did you watch that? Did you see Anon take down Gore-Wheel and drag him by his mask into those stairs?
I did. It was brutal.
One hand. I'm telling you, he might be the head of HR, but you have to remember who he was before that and how he got to his position and held it for so long.
And back into the ring goes Gore-Wheel.
At Anon's behest.
And Anon back in the ring.
Talking trash while he was prone on the apron. Anon now. Big back elbow. If Plutonium came back as a pirate, would he be Big Pirate Plutonium?
Wouldn't it be like Captain Plutonium?
Could be. He can come back as Greenbeard for all I know. That man will do anything.
That's true. Oh, clothesline outside. Gore-Wheel feeling it. Charging up the crowd. And wait, what the hell?
Anon took the suit off.
Under the suit, Aloha wear. Apparently now he is Aloha-non.
I was gonna say, he was moving a little funny for a man wearing a suit. You know, he had a lot of mobility, a lot of, probably had more layers on there, being restricting movement. Big front slam, though. You gotta think he's able to move a lot better in that Hawaiian shirt.
Well, I mean, it's open. You can, you know, he's not being restricted at all.
Yeah, but he's in jorts. So it's like, you win some, you lose some.
Kick out by Gore-Wheel, not even a 1 count.
You gotta think, though, how is this messing with the mental of Gore-Wheel?
Well, apparently Gore-Wheel is
changed
just...
outfits in front of you. How much did he see while he was putting clothes on? How much did those in the crowd see that we didn't?
Whip to the corner.
Big overhand chop, like a frying pan to the face. And Anon just putting the boots to Gore-Wheel, who fights back to a standing position. That kick looked maybe a little low, but it's in sandals. You never know.
I mean, yeah, it's... That's true. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. Registered Anon versus Gore-Wheel. If Anon loses, he is no longer the head of HR.
Big backdrop driver. You can see Gore-Wheel landing high on his neck. And still not a 2 count. Gore-Wheel more resilient than your average Wastelander, but Anon is built incorrectly.
I mean, he was a unified tag team champion for a long time. He's had a great career here in MNW so far.
Oh, absolutely.
And, he's the partner of Big Popple Plutonium. I mean, when you work with the main man, you got to be tough.
Being his main tag team partner, after all. But Anon, no slouch either, holding tag team gold on more than one occasion.
Also, let's not forget Nexi winner.
And a Nexi winner.
Yeah, for those interesting songs that he does with...
Big axe handle. 2 fists right to the jaw, right to the mask.
Wait, am I right on that? I might be misremembering. You know what? I'm not going to worry about the Nexi stuff right now. Let's just watch the match.
If he didn't win it, he probably stole one. Let's not pretend like he does things by the book.
Fair enough.
He could say he won a Nexi just on his shelf with, like, Gore-Wheel's name on it. Like, you could have mine. I don't know. I haven't checked for mine in a while.
All right, going for a pin. 1. Nope.
Barely a 1. Anon resilient.
As ever.
Big falling lariat. You gotta remember, Anon's someone who can tell who someone is by the taste of their blood.
Always weird. And that's, it was always weird. HR point, when I was going through my HR paperwork to become general manager, I did have to, in fact, donate a pint of blood.
Yeah, he knows what your blood tastes like, and he does always have a strange comparison to make. Some people is cotton candy, some people is motor oil, some people is pure grain alcohol. Like, it's weird.
I did ask, he said apparently I was a corn dog.
No, that's one of the nicer ones. He must like you.
Okay, once again, Gore-Wheel has thrown Anon out of the ring, and... Oh my god, look at that!
Is he not wearing the... Is he not wearing a... No, he's wearing a mask still. I was like, is he his mask off? There's no way. He's never taken the mask off.
He is now slick Anon.
He does look slick. That is quite a dapper outfit. Once again, changing pants.
Certainly shiny.
Well, that's probably a tactical advantage, right? The lights go off, it blinds the opponent.
I
Where's he
forget
keeping all these
that his
outfits?
chest hair is shaped like a heart. I try to forget.
Well, it's because he loves what's inside the heart. What does the heart pump? Blood. What does he love? Blood. Big overhand strikes to the back of the head, clubbing blows.
And into the corner goes Gore, and the ref is down. Ladies and gentlemen, the ref has been killed again. For those of you new to the Nexus, don't worry. He is functionally immortal. He will recover. See, he's already back up on his feet.
He didn't even feel that one compared to, like, what, last match?
It probably wasn't actually a fatal blow, so he can recover a lot faster from it.
Anon doesn't kill, he maims. You know the difference. Big face buster. Anon just working hard to do what he does best, which is drink blood and resource humans. At least that's how he says it to me. He's like, oh, I'm human resources. I resource humans. It's like, I don't like the way you phrased that.
Yeah, no. It's never good.
And he went, yep, humans, they're full of delicious resources. And I went, I'd like you to stop talking. Then he laughed.
And that laugh
And I left.
Yeah, that's when you leave.
He was looking at me like he was a cartoon and I turned into like a steak. Like I had to leave. Like.
And how do you tell that through the mask? That's what I want to know.
His eyes got big.
Like, got it.
The whites were gone and it was just red. And that's when you know you just gotta leave. Something sort of slithering behind the mask. It's. Jerry, do you know that mask is an organic life form? Like that mask is organic. It can repair itself. It's some eldritch thing. It's weird.
Wait, okay, I'm gonna need some corroboration on that, folks.
Anon himself will corroborate that. If you want to find him.
We'll have to, I mean, up until like an hour ago, you didn't know there was a country called Germany.
I watched it happen, Jerry. He cracked the mask, and a bunch of tendrils came out and repaired itself.
Meanwhile, Anon looking in trouble. Is this going to be it? Is this going to be it?
Snap suplex.
I think he's trying to rip the mask off. I think
it's a bad idea. That's awful idea. I've seen parts of what's under that mask. You don't. It sticks with you. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. Gore-Wheel, let go. You probably can't let go of the mask for your sake and ours. And I'm also saying it's for the good of the people in the crowd not to see it. Backhanding him. Returning to sender. Big chops. And a big Irish whip. Sorry, Russian leg sweep even.
And Gore-Wheel whipping him into the corner.
That's the Irish whip, followed by a big arm drag. Almost like a judo toss even. A big judo-style shoulder throw right in the middle of the ring. The worst place to be if you're on the back foot of a match. Looking for something, but Anon fighting out. Knee lift right to the bridge of the nose, and Anon looking for something. Stun gun off the top rope.
Going for the pin. Only a 1 count.
I'm surprised I'm teaching you about Anon today. I feel like you should have known these things.
You know what? I'm not sure where you're getting your information. Also, I
hang out with the man outside of this place. Like
you might be the only one.
The only one's still here, but yeah.
That should tell you something, Aiden.
Well, there was this one girl he was like staying with who was like looking out for him. I should probably see if she's alright. I haven't heard from her in a while.
Alright, Gore-Wheel bringing up. Oh, off the rope!
Waist first into that top rope. I think her name was Casey. I should see if she's okay. She used to do his promos back in the day. Big flatliner, though. Wait, no. Gore-Wheel landing on top of him.
Wait, what? Where are the lights? Guys, get the lights. Is this the device? What's going?
Anon.
Anon now is.
No, Anon in.
It's classic Anon.
That is classic Anon.
Well, that's it. Today we've had HR Anon, Aloha Anon, Slick Anon, and now Classic Anon.
I think that's my favorite Anon. I'll be honest. I think Classic's just the best one.
Or is it Classic or is it Prime?
Depends who you ask. I think that's a matter of preference.
Neo Anon.
True.
Well, meanwhile, Gore-Wheel, I think that threw Gore-Wheel a bit off. He's been on the back foot ever since.
How long until this match goes and then Anon's just not wearing clothes anymore, like a Braveheart soldier?
No, Aiden, do not tempt fate. We do not need Noonanon.
He'd probably win the match. Big spear in the corner. Stomping on the face of Gore-Wheel. Anon showing everyone why he was known as the Mad Wolf of the Nexus.
That's, I mean, I'm still... Wasn't there an indie wrestler called Mr. Diddle?
There was.
Didn't he
Anon
basically
was a
wrestle
fan.
naked?
In a towel.
Not good enough. Anyway, Anon, hitting on... There's Gore-Wheel gone down.
Big knee strike right to the jaw. Like I said, prime Anon, classic Anon, vintage Anon. No matter how you say it, this is the best iteration for violence. This is the most violent version of Anon you will see. The Mad Wolf of the Nexus being run over by Gore-Wheel. Big senton from that fireman carry position.
Only a 2 count. Gore-Wheel cannot keep Anon down. Do you think he's resetting every time he changes outfits?
I think he's getting more into the fight. Yeah, elbow right to the bridge of the nose, right between the eyes. This is about the setup we want for Anon when he's in that full Mad Wolf mentality, when he's ready to put someone away with the bloody end.
Yep, here it comes, folks. Is he going to hit it? Is the bloody end
with the bridge. I'll be honest, I don't know the last time I saw someone kick out of that, but gorilla press right on his back, right close to that turnbuckle, honestly, trying to hang him up.
Bringing
sunrise, maybe? No, looking for that arm bar.
Gore-Wheel able to wiggle out of that, bringing him up. Oh, holding him there.
Showing the strength.
Oh.
Elbows right to the side of the head. You got to remember, you don't want to underestimate the Mad Wolf of the Nexus.
I mean, that was just, he held on too long.
Every hit Anon takes only makes him hungrier, and when he's hungrier, he's stronger. As you can see by the way he's squatting the full weight of Gore-Wheel. He is a man powered by hunger.
Oh! The Meth Valley Driver! God.
Blood drive is open, and Gore-Wheel made a fitting donation because he's setting up once again for a bloody end. Anon looking to show he's not complacent, maybe.
No, he's setting it up
like a suitcase.
Oh no!
Right on the back of his neck, right into the floor. 1,
2,
3.
And your winner, registered Anon.
Like I told you, a man powered by hunger. And he is starving.
Yeah, look at that. He's going after the cameraman.
And the ref. I told you. The Mad Wolf of the Nexus may have been complacent over the months, but he is back and he is hungrier than ever.
All right, and with that, well, I guess he's still the head of human resources, Aiden.
You tell him to stop.
Yeah, he's got his phone out now. And okay, I'm getting a message directly from him. Hang on. I got to take this. It's from Anon saying, okay, he's announcing his official resignation as the head of HR. Thanks Gore-Wheel for a great workout, and announces the return to being the real me.
That's bad news for everyone.
Okay, so I guess the administration is done. He just wanted to go ahead and prove his dominance I'm so confused.
He wanted to end on his own terms.
Yeah, I guess so, but did we win because he's no longer head of HR, or did we lose because, as you said, he is off the leash?
Oh, everyone who is not on his good side is lost. I'm on his good side. The rest of you, keep your veins out of it.
So tweeting on social media during the middle of that match, Mr. Butler says he looks more like Majima Anon.
Sounds like weeb speak. I don't understand.
I don't speak anime, sorry. And then Kelly tweeting, the more I hear Aiden, the more I'm convinced he is just batshit crazy. So, yeah, there you have it. Well, folks, that was our main event, but we still have one last thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your go-home show for Multivania. There's only one last thing to do, Aiden.
Oh, yeah?
And that's, let's go over the card for Multivania.
Sounds good to me.
So let's start with, first and foremost, the Bar Brawl Trios Championship match, the Murder Cave versus Triple A. Then we are going to have the Flashbang Tag Team Championship featuring the return of Deus Pulp taking on the champions, the Time Bandits.
Ooh, that's going to be a match.
We are going to have an Interdimensional Championship Gauntlet match. Will Brawlkaiser retain against such formidable odds? Then we have Burnout Vaughn is having his retirement match, his last match ever, and it is going to be against the Dragonborn Y. Lee. Then a special tag team match, XR Kun and Kane.
Careful, the device!
Versus Grim and Storyteller. It's the thing. It's there. It's the match that's happening. And apparently, Kane's, as has been stipulated, Kane's Nexus Titan Championship is on the line. If Grim or the Storyteller win, one of them becomes the new Nexus Titan Champion. We then have the Big Oof Championship Fatal 4-Way. Constantinople, the Doctor of Abonomics, and Malice challenging Sir McCheese. Then we have a special singles match, the Chocolate Zombie Graven Allen versus the Mad Lad of London, Ginger Boy. We have a Beat the Streak match where the Cleaver will try and destroy Helix's streak of wins at Multivania.
Good luck.
And in another special match, a feud that has been going on forever, the Omni Slayer Jagger Blackthorn will face the Fae Lady Kathgina in one-on-one action. And for Flashbang, the General Manager position match, Team Rabbit versus Team Brass. If Team Rabbit wins, Mr. Rabbit is reinstalled as the General Manager for Friday Night Flashbang. But that's not all, folks. And then we have the special, they're calling it Custody of Sir McCheese match. They're fun. It's the honorable duel between the Janitor and Sir Uncle Dunk, with the question being, will the Janitor come out as the Janitor, or will we have one last run as the glorious Probanaga? Another special singles match, Shere Khan versus the Bulldog. Grant Martin was just announced. And then the 8-man showcase to determine the king of the showcase. Lasume, the robot, defends his title as king of the showcase against several of the multiple showcase winners, including Fuck Him Wang, the former king of the showcase Big Rock, the aristocratic K-Ned, the Beast Mom, Nausea, and 3 other competitors. The grudge match that has been building for months, Azir Turan versus Maximilian Thunderthighs. And of course, the mystery in the bank match, 8-man ladder match, winning for a prize they know not what. And just announced last night on Flashbang, Nitzig Gunkgobla of the Cartel facing the Creation from the House of Caliban. And our Warzone Tag Team Championship, the Conquest Bloodline taking on the Outlaws. And with the Outlaws ban on the line, the Outlaws and Hell's Kitchen will face off against Apex. And the Warpgate Hardcore Championship, Power Surge takes on the champion, Suplex Sam. And of course, in the main events for both nights, for the Sunday night main event, Jack Andrews faces the World Heavyweight Champion, Victor Vicious. And on Saturday night, the Victimizer Wilson takes on the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship, Zacco Duo. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Multivania next week on, it's a 2-day event. It's a 2-day event, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all excited. It is the dawn of a new era in Multiverse Nexus Wrestling. And with that, folks, we are out of time. So, for Aiden, Xero, and Pete McPherson, I'm Jerry Aldini. Good night, and see you next week at Multivania.
Viewers, hear the roar of Sasquatch Wing. What half of O-Lords? What more Multiverse Nexus Wrestling? What more Raphael Simpson and Sasquatch Wing? What more O-Lords? Then look below video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring little bell and squared, and watch more of MNW on this channel.